Hey, human friends, family, and siblings. Welcome to my little hope and healing corner of the universe. And that's what I want to lead with today. It's just wanting to give you a moment of hope. Despite what's on your feed, despite what we're consuming, despite what we're surrounded by, I want to just leave you with some hope as someone who is untethered and is continuing to be untethered to the world around me and even to myself in this being, in this vessel. And wanting to only be tethered to one infinite source and spirit. And how much I just want that for others. Not because I think it's easy, not because I think it will fix all the world's problems, but even as someone who can be detached and untethered to this life, I can feel how heavy it is right now. Like right now I can feel those people's emotions. And like in my mind's eye right now, like I could just feel, even though I'm in this little corner, this little healing corner, I can imagine my mind, like the walls are like expanding beyond this little loft. And so however you landed on this, I hope that you just still feel hopeful after this stream of consciousness just flows through me and I just get to be a vessel for it. So today is Wednesday, and on Wednesdays, not only do we not wear pink, I'm just kidding, we go to Toastmasters. And it's the day after all of this, and I think everyone in there, majority of the folks in there are over 40. Majority are women. Majority are white women. And to be completely honest, I told myself I didn't want to know the results or anything until it was overtly said in my face. And while we were in Toastmasters, we have a theme every week. And this week's theme was take what you need and leave the rest. And you can just, feel it in the air. To be honest, I still didn't hear the results during the actual meeting, but you could just feel it, right? No one overtly said it until I got home and I was in the restroom. I was all like, wait, so I don't want to assume, but is that the case? And when I heard it, I was like, of course, I'm upset. I'm like, what? I was like, anyways, what everyone else is feeling right now, right? And so I was like, okay, how can I put myself in a better state? How can I listen to music, and being conscious of the music I'm listening to, because, right, depends on what messaging and programming it's putting into me. I was like, how can I listen to music that's uplifting, that has empowering lyrics, and just feel better? And I was like, ugh. As much as I did my little dance and moved around, I was like, oh yeah, it still feels a little heavy. Okay. How can we use another tool? I was like, well, you still haven't done your daily devotional. You haven't gotten to your quiet place. You haven't covered your day. So why don't you do that next? And so I want you to know, if I come on here and I share with you these moments in this corner. And I show up on here, and it's, my ego always has a sense of hesitancy and reluctantness because it's vulnerable. I mean, besides the fact that I'm sharing the most vulnerable place that I'm in my life, let alone the place where I get to be vulnerable with myself. And yeah, I just feel this corner. It literally, I can show you, but it's literally a corner where I feel the most exposed. And so when I come on here and to share what's been dropped into my heart, it's because I'm practicing in these moments to listen, and when they say to share. So this is just me in obedience, even if it's risky, even if it's vulnerable, even if there's backlash, even if there's writing off and canceling and all the things. But I'm grateful for the work that we've been doing in this corner because my past self would be so concerned with all of that and with others and their thoughts and their opinions. But I'm just so grateful that we're getting to a point that you can just be obedient and leave it at that. And so I tell you this, that if you're here, as it is in today's Toastmaster theme, was take what you need, may it be nothing at all, and leave the rest. So I'm going to share with you my daily devotional, which led me to doing this live. Then I'm going to give you a little bit of context out of the book Word Magic that I read out of yesterday, where I read the section on the government and how in etymology, if you look at those words, it's the ruler of the mind, which I've been observing and learning that it all starts here, that it's a mess out there because it's a mess in here. And so if we work on this mess, I wonder if we all did this work, would it be a mess out there? But at the same time, it is the hardest work to work on this. It's the hardest work to shed a light on ourselves. This is the hardest work. It's not the laborious work. It's not the showing up to the 9 to 5. It's not the family work and getting caught up in all the busyness. Like, this right here is the hardest work when you have nothing else to distract you besides your own BS. May that be your own bullshit. May that be your own belief systems. Like, I'm at a place where there's very few things that distract me. And to sit with myself and work on this is the hardest stuff right here. And this is coming from a POC background where it's very easy to get lost in other people's lives and labor and not taking a moment for ourselves, unfortunately, to just breathe and take a beat. But when all you have is to breathe and take a beat, things start to expose themselves. So just know that I'm coming with this and offering it again as hope, and to take what you need, if you need any of it all. So this is today's daily devotional, November 6th. Seek to please me above all else. As you journey through your day, there will be many choices. There will be many choice points along your way. Most of the day's decisions will be small ones you have to make quickly. You need some rule of thumb to help you make good choices. Many people's decisions are a combination of their habitual responses and their desire to please themselves or others. Think about that. I don't know the statistic, but we make thousands of decisions a day. And many of our decisions that we make, what's the definition of decision? What's the etymology of decision? It's some Greek word like deisios or something like that. And it means to cut off. It means to cut off any other options, right? and ideally to not go back. Many people's decisions are a combination of their habitual responses. And I say this as there's a sticky note on my ceiling right now. It says something like, I will form good habits knowing that I'm a slave to them. Realizing that it's really our habits that create our life. So my habit of drinking coffee, which I want to publicly say will be so much decreased in this next year. I'm really just going to finish off the 2 bags of beans left, and we're going to see what life is like as someone as not a coffee drinker. I will drink it, but not habitually. It's a combination of habitual responses and their desire to please themselves or others. This is not my way for you. Strive to please me in everything, not just in major decisions. How many times when we come through a big life decision or transition or whatever the case, and that's the only time that you get quiet, you journal, you do the things. No, for me, and this is what I was sharing with my friend yesterday, in our live conversation, was that I've gotten to the point, I'm in practice and I'm in training to be like, what do you want me to do from moment to moment? Because for the majority of my life, I've been the one thinking that I'm steering the ship, and it really hasn't got me anywhere. Anywhere that I feel to be proud of in a way, So I was sharing with them, it's in the moments to moments. So me showing up right here, right now, this is the practice, oh, my ego does not want to do this. My ego does not want to be here with you right now. Okay, I want you to know that. But they want to use me in this moment. So use me. And so I'm just showing up and being obedient in these small little moments too. This is possible only to the extent that you're living in close communion with me. When my presence is in your deepest delight, you know almost instinctively what will please me. A quick glance at me is all you need to make the right decision. Delight yourself in me more and more. Seek my pleasure in all you do. So this is why I'm here right now in this moment. And so I'm about to read from the Bible because the 3 verses it gave is John 8:29, Hebrew 11:5-6. And those 2, I was like, those were good. But this last one, I was like, okay, I hear you. I'll do it. So again, vulnerable because I know this is countercultural. But I want to give some context as to why in this particular book, Word Magic, go do your research. You're a smart human being. Do your research. Be a critical thinker. Go think for yourself. Go do your research. Go figure it out. Pao Chang, again, I got this book. This book was in my hands the first night I moved in here. And it's had my attention ever since because of the way it's challenging my belief systems. And I appreciate the heck out of it. So this is in chapter 6, Word Magic and the Forbidden Secrets of Religion. So it says, and I'm sharing this part because it's very easy for us to get lazy to say, this is my take on these religions or these beliefs because of how I was treated and etc. That's fine. That makes sense. It's ego, personality, exclusion, lack of belonging, lack of connection, a lot of hypocrisy. Yes, that makes all the sense. But for me, I was like, ugh, I got to do my own research. I got to do my own research and what makes most sense to me. So I'm just going to read this paragraph and then I'm going to read this one verse that led from the daily devotional. Again, I'm just offering hope because I know on your feed's probably, bringing all kinds of emotions. And if I could bring an emotion to my feed and for whatever reason it's showing up on yours, then I hope that you feel hopeful afterwards. So it says here, during the time of the Roman Empire, Christianity was a minority religion, but it soon became popular and spread throughout Rome. This religious movement became so strong that it threatened the Roman religion, which was heavily based on polytheism and paganism. As Christianity became more and more popular, it caused a lot of conflicts between the Christian and the Roman religions. So Emperor Constantine ordered that the basic principles of the Roman religion and the Christian religion be merged into one religion. Take what you will with that. So just know, because it was doing well or whatever, the people in charge were like, no, like, we should merge with them. What's the word? If you can't fight them, join them, or something like that. That's what it sounds like it's happening here. So I'm just putting that out there, that whatever experiences we've had, obviously the ruling, the empires, the systems, we got all of that from the Romans, and so it could get a little confusing. So anyways, I'm going to read this chapter to you because I'm just being obedient, and I hope that you feel hopeful afterwards, even though the rest of our feed may say otherwise. Okay, so this is Psalms 37, a psalm of David. Don't worry about the wicked or envy those who do wrong, for like grass they soon fade away. Like spring flowers, they soon wither. Trust in the Lord. Given more research, the law. Trust in the Lord. And then, of course, I have to think, when you think of the law, I'm not saying the law, the system's law, I'm saying like the law of the universe, laws of the universe. Trust in the Lord and do good. Then you will live safely in the land and prosper. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you your heart's desires. Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust him, her, them, and she will help you. He will make your innocence radiate like the dawn, and the justice of your cause will shine like the noonday sun. Be still in the presence of the Lord, and wait patiently for them to act. Don't worry about evil people who prosper or fret about their wicked schemes. Stop being angry. Turn from your rage. Do not lose your temper. It only leads to harm. For the wicked will be destroyed, but those who trust in the Lord will possess the land. Soon the wicked will disappear. Though you look for them, they will be gone. The lowly will possess the land and will live in peace and prosperity. The wicked plot against the godly. They snarl at them in defiance, but the Lord just laughs, for they see their day of judgment coming. The wicked draws their swords and string their bows to kill the poor and the oppressed, to slaughter those who do right. But their swords will stab their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. It is better to be godly and have little than to be evil and rich. For the strength of the wicked will be shattered, and the Lord takes care of the godly. Day by day the Lord takes care of the innocent, and they will receive an inheritance that lasts forever. They will not be disgraced in hard times. Even in famine they will have more than enough. But the wicked will die. The Lord's enemies are like flowers in a field. They will disappear like smoke. The wicked borrow and never repay, but the godly are generous givers. Those the Lord blesses will possess the land, but those he curses will die. The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. Though they stumble, they will never fall, for the Lord holds them by the hand. Once I was young, and now I am old, yet I have never seen the godly abandoned, or their children begging for bread. The godly always gives generous loans to others, and their children are a blessing. Turn from evil and do good, and you will live in the land forever. For the Lord loves justice, and they will never abandon the godly. They will keep them safe forever, but the children of the wicked will die. The godly will possess the land and will live there forever. The godly offer good counsel. They teach right from wrong. They have made God's law their own, so they will never slip from their path. The wicked wait in ambush for the godly, looking for an excuse to kill them. But the Lord will not let the wicked succeed, or let the godly be condemned when they are put on trial. Put your hope in the Lord. Travel steadily along her path. She will honor you by giving you the land. You will see the wicked destroyed. I have seen wicked and ruthless people flourishing like a tree in its native soil. But when I looked again, they were gone. Though I searched for them, I could not find them. Look at those who are honest and good, for a wonderful future awaits those who love peace. But the rebellious will be destroyed. They have no future. The Lord rescues the godly. She is their fortress in times of trouble. The Lord helps them, rescuing them from the wicked. He saves them, and they find shelter in him. I'm just going to leave it at that. Again, I hope that you find some peace with this. Again, I know that this rubs up against our ego's edges. But if you have the courage and curiosity and can put the ego and personality aside to come with an open mind and open heart, there's a lot of good stuff in here. And I hope that what I shared with you today, despite what's going on in the world, that you just continue to have hope. And that little light inside of you, as much as it wants to go out, as much as it's barely flickering, I encourage you to surround yourself with people you love, people that magnify more of who you truly are. People that raise your vibrations. I hope that you eat good food. I hope that you listen to good music. I hope that you get to connect with people one-on-one and to know that we're all connected to each other one way or another. And that we just have so much more in common than we can ever imagine. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate you. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now.